I haven't put back on anything yet. I haven't put back on Microsoft Word or anything yet. I'm installing everything one by one to see at what point does the game crash. But it hasn't crashed since then.
All of that.
You think it's funny?
Yes,
think about it.
Yes, it is funny. Yeah,
This is funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
A game is holding your computer hostage.
Literally. Like I said, could you imagine I spent £80 on this game and it didn't work?
Ubisoft sold you ransomware.
That might be a podcast topic. Get tired.
Ubisoft sold you straight ransomware. But anyway, welcome back to Dysfunctional. This is episode 13. It's me, Nkosi, along with Ken and Mariba. Watless isn't with us this weekend. He has gone back out to sea, so if you die out there, my nigga, rest in peace. If not, we'll catch you on the flip side when you come back on the land. How y'all fellas doing, man?
I'm good.
I'm exceptionally well.
Exceptionally well? Why are you exceptionally well, Mariba?
Because TSM has failed. Griffin has succumbed to the being a bottle job like Tottenham. But the great old dynasty, SKT. We'll talk more about that later, don't worry, go on.
No, let's do it.
No.
This guy couldn't help himself.
Right?
No, I can't wait.
So how did you enjoy SKT's victory?
You know what?
How do you take in the sides?
True dominance is when you tell the next team why you show up. You finish the matches all quick time and send them home to replan, to rethink life. Right now, the Griffin is rethinking. Am I really good at playing League of Legends? We lose to SKT, we lose to KT. Everywhere we go, we just losing.
Didn't they beat them in the regular season though?
Yeah, he did. But
they beat them like twice in the regular season, right?
Yep. But it's when it matters most. It doesn't matter how much things you lose, but when the time comes, you can lose all your midterms. But if you get the A star in the exam, it might pass. It doesn't matter. It's just an exam. And Griffin's not good at exams. Griffin is not good at exams.
Going by that logic, the final exam would be Worlds, right? If Griffin and SKT show up at Worlds, and Griffin take out SKT, well.
I wouldn't be in the next podcast.
You can't handle it, can you?
I'm just saying.
It's pins.
Just know, if Griffin beat SKT in Worlds, you're not seeing me for the next podcast. Or the podcast after that. Just to make sure that die out. Make sure that die out before I return.
How was the match for you, bro?
It was disappointing. I had thought since last year that maybe they'd worked on their mentality. But at the end of the day, they're still children. When they hit the headlights, they just can't move. They stand still like a deer. They just can't do anything. SKT didn't play better than Griffin have during the regular season at all. But they're the ones with the champions. They're the ones with the experienced people, and then they're just the ones with the people that know how to clutch it out. So
you're saying the experience made a difference?
Yeah, 100%. You could tell by all the mistakes that Griffin were making, all the decisions. It was a team that was getting desperate because they were just starstruck, I guess. I don't know.
I get that. I kind of agree with it. I watched the matches after the fact, but it seemed like Griffin it seemed like they didn't know what to do. It seemed like they didn't know what to do.
You wouldn't know when it happened. As soon as they start losing in the regular season, the pressure was on them because we might go undefeated, and the pressure, as soon as that pressure started chipping in, doomed. They were doomed.
Just crack under just the smallest bit of pressure. Just the smallest bit of pressure. It's crack.
And that pressure. Speaking of pressure, go on.
Yeah, go on. I say while we're here talking about pressure, how do you go 2-0 up? It's like a football match. You go 2-0 up in the first half. Come on, second half, and just get 3 goals conceded. Blah blah blah.
I have to give it up for my boys TSM. Unfortunately they didn't make it to the trophy, but they made it to the final. It hurt. It is a deep seething pain. To not see my boys lift that trophy over their heads, but such as life. We went 2-0. Not as cleanly as one would have liked, but still very convincingly against a very strong, very determined Team Liquid. It wasn't like we just took candy from baby in the first 2 matches. And for some reason, when everyone left that stage, my thought was when I saw the Team Liquid guys, my thought was, wow, they look really tilted. And this thought that came right after that, it was, this is probably going to be a reverse sweep.
I remember that statement when I was watching it with you in the ball. Yo, they look tilted. I can feel a reverse sweep coming. And I was like, why would he say that right after that statement?
Yeah.
But lo and behold, spot on, sir. Spot on. What's a lot of numbers?
I know, but if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. I'm gonna go play it now. Yo, that should hit. Even though I kind of knew it was coming, that should hit. Now, TSM got their nerves out in that game against C9, right? Acadian was very, very, very shaky against C9. Broken Blade was alright because he's played in a finals before, he's played on a big stage before, whatever.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, yesterday we couldn't close out that 3rd game, or the 4th game, or the 5th game. It was it hurt.
No recovery.
Yeah, no recovery. But congratulations, Team Liquid. They endured. The pressure didn't get to them too much. The better team won yesterday, yes? I must say the better team won.
Where's my congratulations for SKT? Where's my
Yeah,
congratulations?
nothing.
Fuck SKT!
Can I suggest I give you a team to support that actually
They are a
delivers?
terrible team to have won
Delivers?
MSI. Yeah, I would the dumb one or sandbox, but no SKT. No.
What is this
Fuck,
hate?
man.
What is this strong level of hate right now? I can suggest a team support that delivers results.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
SKT.
Heartbreak a whole dog. The whole season you salting, dog. The whole season. You get one sprinkle on a cake. Your cake fall on the floor and by mistake happen to pick up a few sprinkles.
Well, you know what, sir?
Your cake had no sprinkles the whole season. Your
Let
team
me
is
tell you
trash.
this. No, you can't say that because we both was doing crap at the start of the season, and as soon as we kick into gear, you kick into gear. So don't even give it. As soon as we kick into gear, you kick into gear.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. You know what? We will link the whole season of LCS and LCK, and you could see at what point TSM went 12 to 15 games undefeated, and you can see at what point SKT did the same thing.
For what it's worth, up until now, TSM, G2 and SKT seem to have mirrored realities. Because every time one team makes it to finals, they all make it to finals, except for Worlds. But
Yeah.
during regular season, they seem to mirror each other. Speaking of which, G2 just won the EU finals 3-0.
Very convincingly, and no one is surprised.
No one is surprised. Super strong team. I'm not
Yeah, they know
bandwagoning. I have always liked G2 from the very start. They make good roster decisions. They don't just pick up any and everybody because they are the biggest or whatever. Except maybe Caps recently, but hey, you are the top team, so you have the power to make those big decisions. It's up to the player to go to you. But yeah, I must say G2 is a very, very, very strong team. I would not be surprised if they make it through to MSI, to winning MSI, I should say.
Hold up. SKT is there. Hold
So what? I don't think SKT is ready for G2.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
In a best
sorry?
in a best of 3 or best of 5, no way, dog. G2 has Caps, who is the baby faker.
The
right?
baby fake. I have the original fake.
Yeah, but original, okay, yeah, he's probably the original, whatever. But the people around him, they're not exactly of the greatest quality.
Teddy, my ADC who can carry games.
Right.
My ADC
Perks.
is really beastie.
Perks, who can play ADCs and mages because he's traditionally a mid laner. Bot lane could be a whole different game of chess,
You know what? We will see at MSI. And when I'm in MSI, the next podcast, you'll see me there once we win MSI. And I'll go again bowling. How's the G2 Bagger going?
I'm
How's
not
some extra
bandwagoning.
tiers?
I'm not bandwagoning. G2
How's
is
the
my
second
EU
tier?
team.
I can do it some more tears. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you guys after MSI.
Alright, no
I can do
tears,
some more
no
tears.
tears. I'm always proud of my teams. Win, lose, or draw. TSM and G2, them my niggas, man. Them my niggas.
What I'm going to say, I'm very happy to see SKT return to form. The year before was a very appalling year.
Lol.
It was a hard year to support SKT.
The year before was what you deserved.
It was a very, very hard time to support SKT.
Not a word of SKT was mentioned last year.
You know, right? You know, right? And you know what? And Korea felt down. With no SKT, Korea was proven to show they cannot represent. So we came back to carry Korea.
Weak regions. What can I say? You like, last year SKT was a wildcard region, dog. Look at how you all played. Look at how you all played. Korea was a wildcard region.
Every year. And
then it did not even deserve to be there. Barely put up a fight.
Africa Freaks was a disappointment.
Do you really believe any deserves to be in Worlds? I think the second time probably you've ever left the group stages, if not the first.
Wait, what? No, C9 constantly leaves group stage. What's wrong with you?
Yes,
it's just TSM don't.
It's the first time you made.
Yeah, just TSM. TSM doesn't make it out of groups here, basically.
Yeah.
You're a wild card, what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? You just have to fill spaces.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, TSM isn't the best at rules, but you know what? Still my niggas, dude. Still my niggas.
I like that. I like that level of support. That level of support, they're not blind support. We talked about this in Odigo. Supporting niggas on blind faith. We had a podcast about
Listen. It's not blind faith at all. I know exactly what they're about. I know their potential. So it's TSM, G2, Barcelona. That's how it goes. But yeah. Speaking of picking sides, I don't know if you all remember Kevin Lyttle, Mr. Turn Me On.
Yeah. Still match the club.
Yeah, you know, with that one song.
Yeah.
So Mr. Turn Me On Kevin Lyttle had some words to say about his hit in comparison to people like Marshall and like Bungie. And even though his hit, his one hit wonder song, Turn Me On, is featuring a local artist, a Trinidad artist, Spranger Benz. A lot of people don't seem to remember that, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna play the clip for the listeners so you know exactly what we're talking about.
With one hit. That one hit took him all over the world. But then you got all the other artists with lots of hits that never crossed over, but inside the genre itself, they got a lot of hits. How do you respond to that?
Well, the thing is, I have hits inside the genre. I mean, I'm not knocking Bungie, knocking Marshall or any of them, but you know that soca music doesn't cross over like that. And a lot of the hits you hear in the Caribbean, they don't really make money. They play their hits for Caribbean people, but they're not hits anywhere else. So my one big hit is worth about 30-40 of one hit from Marshall, from a Bungie, from I don't know whoever name you want to call. My one hit is 100 times.
Yeah, so Kevin Lyttle had those words to say about his one hit in comparison to the other hits in the Caribbean. What are your takes on it?
There is some truth to his statement. I can see some is truth because I think Marshall has, one song maybe that I are aware of that went out back to MTV and all that stuff back in the day. But and Kevin Lyttle's song still goes. But like if you go to like more urban parties and stuff, you do hear Marshall Montana and stuff. Even when you go to them basement parties and stuff. But if you go to most clubs and stuff, most clubs I go to, UK or Trinidad, yeah, you hear Turn Me On casually and stuff like that. So his point of where he said, but I don't believe he could say 40 of their songs he could do one. I ain't gonna go with them numbers. But I understand his mentality, I guess, when he said that. But still, you only have one song to their 40 and Marshall has pushed out way more than that. So what are you gonna say about that then? That's my views.
Oh, well, you can.
Yeah, the number I think he's just exaggerating with the 40. I think he just means a lot, like by a lot, which to a degree I have to agree with it because it's like Turn Me On was like an international hit. It wasn't just like an American hit. It wasn't a Caribbean hit. It was an international hit, and it's like I think that was the one that got sampled by Chris Brown on one of his tunes later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so the popularity of that just got recycled again, and it's sad that it's like he's talking about all of those three, like about their old tunes and how they have nothing new to keep them relevant. That's a bit sad, but I have to agree with him that it's by far he's probably had the biggest hit out of those three. Maybe not 40, but I feel that's just an exaggeration.
Yeah, on some level I do agree with him. It's kind of a "but did he lie though" statement. I remember hearing his song all the way in Kuwait, as censored as it may have been. It was it was
How much words was in that song?
right. I mean, they missed a couple things because obviously you're not gonna understand the sort of they're not gonna understand the accent, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Monetarily speaking, and if you're talking about money, his one hit, I could probably agree with him with his exact numbers, 30 or 40 times either of their hits. His music, that one song is sampled all over the place. You have a whole bunch of pasty white people covering it in all sorts of guitars and different tones and different moods and feelings and whatnot. I heard it in Turkey. Some Turkish fellow with a stringy, like hipsterish beard was strumming along on a guitar, singing it in a lounge. Who would have expected to hear it all the way over there, right? But monetarily speaking, I don't disagree with him. My problem with it comes from how we as the Caribbean define success. Seeing as we're talking about music specifically, I will keep it music. Why do we look to the American or the European standards for our own accreditation, our own levels of success? If, for example, we had Olatunji the other day, he was on X Factor, was it? He made a big splash on X Factor. I had no idea who Olatunji was. I knew his one song, that body right or body rock or whatever the name of his song was. I knew that song. That's the only song I knew from him because I live outside of Trinidad for a while. So that's the song that I heard from him. I didn't hear anything else from him, and even if I did, I didn't know who sang it. So when he sang that one, I was like, of course he's gonna sing this one because it's his most popular song to me. Apparently it wasn't. Down here in Trinidad, when he debuted on X Factor, some videos came out where he was performing that same song for local audiences, and no one was really feeling it. I mean, granted, different cultures and whatnot are gonna enjoy different things, right? But that's just one example to show, well, we don't seem to appreciate our own in Trinidad and Tobago, and probably in the Caribbean as a whole. I can't speak for the rest of the Caribbean, but it is what it is. How long is it going to be until we have our own award shows, and then how long is it going to be until those award shows get its own audience? How long until people are actually tuning in, voting? Do we have a community that is already doing this and we don't know about it because it's not marketed well? These are always problems that we seem to have here in Trinidad, and I really wish we would take ourselves seriously. I think it's a massive waste of time to constantly be looking for this outside appreciation in terms of success and these outside measures of success. When you look at the Nigerian music scene, they have popped off on their own. I don't know what's going on over there, but we hear Nigerian music all the time. In American music, you hear it in Trinidadian music. I mean, granted it's partly diaspora or whatever, but we hear it, right? It has penetrated most markets, and not because they get massive awards or whatever. There is no Nigerian Music Award for Grammys or Oscar Grammys and BET Hip Hop and MTV. There's no
You'll get shifted into the international artists.
Exactly. They're not even counted in. Let's say a Nigerian guy makes a hip hop album, he's not gonna be in the running for best album of the year.
No.
It's all American artists. So where is the Caribbean Music Awards?
You know what? I got a business plan, Nigo. I got a business plan, Nigo. As you say that, I got a plan. You want? I'll talk to you after this. I'll talk to you after the podcast. I gotta.
We're about to start it.
Hey, don't give away our business model, yo.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
Like, unless you can do it between the 3 days that we post the podcast.
It's out there, bro. It's out there. But
yeah, but there's no Caribbean one. We're about to start a franchise here, bro.
I mean, I would love to. I really would love to, and I hope that if someone doesn't do it, maybe we'll do it. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we start giving out fucking awards, podcast awards, and you know, the Dysfunctional Award Show. We'll come with something. Something's in the works.
My business plans.
Something's in the works. Tune in next week for the awards. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Where is our own appreciation, right?
I agree with you with always looking outside for that form of validation. Like, oh yeah, I made it, instead of just being happy. And I think the only kind of award we remember have is like Soca Monarch and stuff. That's the only thing we actually look towards ourselves to. I think for that, but outside of that, yeah, yeah.
I mean, look at Carnival. Every year for Carnival, you hear this sort of these whispers of, oh, Jamaica gonna have a better Carnival this year, and Barbados gonna have a better Carnival, and St. Lucia gonna have a better Carnival. Everyone knows Trinidad and Tobago has the best Carnival. Trinidad in particular has the best Carnival out of all of them, right? Agreed. We all know this. This is like, it is known. Yani, what are you going to do, all right? Every year there's this sort of Jamaica has the best Carnival, whatever. Every time they talk about Carnival, they say, oh, you know, it's a 2-day party, a street party or whatever, and everybody just drink and wine, and you know, there's a whole bunch of drunken nonsense, but it's not. Carnival is a lot more than that. Oftentimes you would say, oh, you pay $6,000 for a costume to wine and jam on the road, but you're paying $6,000 for an experience that you will get nowhere else, right? You're paying $6,000 not just for your costume, but you're paying for drinks and food and shelter and all these things that mass bands provide. Why are we trying to get this outside validation, as you said? Everything that threatens Trinidad and Carnival is right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, everything, because it's the people that sell it short. We do not take pride in our own products, in our own export. Some people do, but it's not enough. And I think just like, you know, with Carnival, the music, and other forms of media, we have a lot of filmmakers. You know, we have a lot of animators who are selling themselves short, or people are selling them short, not giving themselves a chance to and not, you know, building the structures to celebrate themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's what you have to do. You have to build the structure to celebrate yourself. They didn't have BET Awards and MTV Music Awards and all this shit, you know, years ago. They have it now. They have it for as long as I've been alive. They've had it, but it wasn't there before. Someone decided, hey, you know, let's recognize our artists, let's recognize our actors and our actresses and whatnot. So, you know, I look forward to someone starting it.
Yo, I have a business plan. Stop talking about the plan, please. After the podcast, spend half an hour, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna do something. Don't worry about that.
In our time.
Stay tuned. Yeah. Stay tuned for the next Caribbean Awards. Stay tuned.
We're gonna cut this whole segment from the yes, hard cut. We're gonna go from SKT all the way over to Gary Neville. Speaking of which, Gary Neville had a very strong response to racism in football over the last couple of weeks or months. We've had a lot of racial incidents or racist incidents happening in and around the culture of football with regards to the black players in the English league, in the Italian league, and Champions League.
Internationally too? In the World too? It was in World Cup too. World Cup, Euro qualifiers. I think it was also in there too.
I even know about that one, but yeah. And Gary Neville had in my opinion, one of the best responses that someone who is in his position of power could have.
Agreed.
What is your? My question to you guys is: something that he said. What are players to do when they start getting these chants, or they start getting bananas thrown at them, or they start getting, fans berating them wherever they go? What should a player do when he's on the pitch and these things start?
Kenny gonna, because I have a long talk about this. So you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because this has been going on since before I was even born. I mean, people tend to forget that in South Africa they had a white only league, so this doesn't surprise or escape my my recognition. So, and players mostly they kept quiet for the longest time, and then it got to the point where people couldn't take it. It was really bad in Italy. Most recently, players like Balotelli, when he used to be in Italy, would just walk off the pitch. The problem was when he walked off the pitch, then he would get fined and punished for walking off the pitch, and then everyone would forget about the racism that he had to endure, and then people didn't care back then. Then so a few internationals would happen, and people would go to places like Russia and stuff like that. And this was mostly happening to Brazilian players because Brazilians have black people too. They would start getting stuff thrown at them. They would get monkey charms and all that stuff. And a lot of Brazilian players, black Brazilians, would just not go to Russian clubs for a long period of time. And then we get to the social media age, I guess, where stuff like that gets more and more exposed. And I feel like in England we tend to feel like maybe rightly or wrongly so, because we mostly invented the sport. We tend to feel like we're the authority on how things should be. And ever since the racism by Chelsea fans to the Paris Saint-Germain supporter, I think a few years ago, where he got kicked off a train and had all those racist chants thrown at him when he was just trying to get home, all the way up to Raheem Sterling, when he's getting all the racism by the media. And that wasn't even direct racism. That was just when he was pulling out the fact that when he spends money on his parents buying them a house, they treat it like he's splurging. But when one of his white teammates was doing it, they were saying that he's a good boy and he's doing the right thing. So when he pointed out and then he exposed that to a lot of people, it really raised the conversation on it, and more people have been revealing essentially what's been going on this whole time. And now every time that a moment occurs, it's been exposed. And just recently we had the Juventus incident where Moise Kean, a youth prospect who plays for Italy, which makes this a bit worse because the country he's representing their fans are throwing monkey chants at him. He gets angry, he scores a goal, and then he stands up to them and says, what do you think of this? They throw more monkey chants at him, and his own teammate says, maybe you shouldn't have done that. The blame has to be 50-50 for this. Anyone who attributes a 50-50 blame to racism gets very little respect from me. So I just wanted to bring up that bit of history just to say that this is something that needed to be talked about. I don't know if people can do anything about it because it's been going on for so long with no change from the organizations. I don't know if players can do anything.
So what would you reckon? What do you reckon would be the best course of action, like system-wise?
You need to go outside the game. You need to go outside the game and talk directly to the people in charge, because you can't do anything on the pitch. You do something on the pitch, you're gonna get punished. That's it's in the rules. You walk off, you get punished. You complain to the ref, you get punished. Like it's so and because the ref might not hear it, because these pitches are loud, they might not hear the monkey chants. They might not hear the 10 people calling out racist shit. So they don't know if they need to stop the game or not. And if you go to the coach is gonna be like, we need these 3 points. No one's gonna back you unless you're 11 black players, which in Europe isn't really gonna happen for the most part. Unless you're 11 black players. Yeah, maybe even front, but even then, I mean, like, seven of the team were black. The other three might not do it. The coach was a black. Like if you said in the European final, the opposition team just went, let's just shout monkey chants straight up, and then they decided, and then they wanted to leave. I'm not sure if everyone's gonna be like, yeah, let's just give up on the final so that we can walk off and prove a point. Even though, like theoretically they should, I don't think everyone's gonna give up on a European Championship just because, and I say just because with quotes, there were racist shots. Like people aren't gonna really back you on these occasions, so it needs to be outside of the game. You need to talk to the powers that be, FIFA, UEFA, the FA, if it's the UK, about what should happen. People should not be getting punished for reacting to racism like that, and like people should be getting punished directly as a whole for the racism. I'm not talking fines. I'm not talking bans for the single people that you find out. I'm talking, you clear the stadium, they don't get to come to the next game. You dock points. You threaten relegation. You threaten their money, because once that happens, then you'll get people to stop them, because you're not going to clear them of their racism, but you'll definitely stop them throwing out those monkey chances. So it needs to be outside of the pitch itself.
I'm gonna go on a small rant, Nigo, to answer your question. You said it's a two-part. What does players do and what we can do to solve the issue? I think the players should always be allowed, especially if it's like being shouted loudly that everyone can hear, whatever. If it's to that point, any player who feels victimized to that level should be allowed to be like, I shouldn't have to play in this, because even though he's a player and he's saying he's a work and stuff, at work you're being victimized of thing. You don't have to work in that environment. You should not have to work in that environment. It's HR for that, whatever. So you should not have to work in that environment. So you should be allowed to be like, coach or whatever, sub me, or I leave in or whatever. Move from there. Cool. So the player should be able to, without being fined or anything for that. Because then you're telling the player, you are wrong for walking off. And they are right. It comes across to the player that I have to take this kind of treatment. And nobody should be subjected to that kind of treatment. Well, my theory on how to solve this whole issue, stay with me because it's gonna go big. Let's say like the World Cup or something like that, right? And any country or supporters from that country found like that, you ban the country. You just ban the country, and the people say you can't. No, ban the country. You let them continue that World Cup or whatever, you ban the country or whatever, and you tell them you're not gonna participate in the next tournament until this is rectified. So you have to go investigate or whatever, find the people, you ban the people, and those people, they are banned from all football, all tickets and stuff, period, to go into the next football match. Just ban them from it. Because you tell them straight up, if you can't show that you are civil enough to behave in a manner or whatever, you have no part to play in this activity. We don't want you there. No second chances, none of that. Because if no people do not need second chances, and until the country or the organization can prove that we are challenging and we are tackling this problem, you're banned from World Cup, and you just keep going down. And the people have to get banned from buying tickets from World Cup, buying tickets from their national leagues and stuff. All of it. Just once you get recognized and you got named, that's it. You want football done. The next time you're watching football is at your friend's house. That's the only time you're watching football. That's if he let you. And when he boy, wait, let me go buy tickets, and you tell him, I can't go because boy, they banned me. And he boy, why you get banned? I was chanting monkey, he realized, boy, hold up. Really? And he had to evaluate if you're a good friend. But that's the next matter. But the point is, you take it up with the country, because the fines and stuff, all that, I agree, do all that. But your idea is to say, and when a country's not going to come, and people, well, why is this country not coming? And you shine the light under them bowling. This is why. And you realize why they're not coming back in, because they're not willing to fix the problem. That will show you where they stand, where their views are on it. That's my views on how you try to, and just keep coming down like that until.
Okay.
It seems a bit drastic, but I think small fines and stuff is not gonna fix the problem.
I don't think it's drastic at all.
Yeah, definitely don't think it's drastic.
I don't think it's drastic at all, because the skew I was gonna go with is happens the first time starting from what powers the players have, right? I would think that the player has the right to walk up if he feels victimized. Absolutely. I think at that point, the coach should then say, we're not going to stand for this. and therefore the team quits playing. And well,
Agreed.
both teams, right? Not just the one team. Both teams, the match is suspended for that day, or they usher everyone out of the stadium and the match continues without supporters, right? That's the first time. Right? Either the match stops or they evacuate the stadium and then the match continues. That's my take. The second time it does happen, same stadium, arguably going to be the same fans. If it happens again to another black person or the same black person or whatever, or whoever, it doesn't matter, black, Mexican, Chinese, whatever racist nonsense people are doing, that's when you empty stadium again and you ban any football matches from that stadium. Right?
Until it's fixed or permanently? Or until it's fixed or permanently?
You get I wouldn't say permanently because I think that's a bit much, but you ban them, you give them like an 8-match ban, 10-match ban or whatever. You know?
What are you talking about, the fans?
Yeah, so
At the moment, fans get a permanent ban.
no, like the stadium itself.
Oh, okay.
Right? So no matches being played at the stadium. No FIFA matches, FIFA sanctioned matches playing at the stadium.
So they are away. To just play it away for
Yeah.
the next.
Exactly. Right? And if there is no response from the team who belongs to that stadium, then the team
No action, right?
then if there's no action, right? There's no campaign put out, there's no message put out to the fans or whatever. We're talking clubs, yeah, we're not talking nations here, we're talking clubs. If there's no response from the team who has the offended fans, you cut the team from the league. Plain and simple.
Relegate or just take them
No,
out?
you cut them from the league.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cut them from the league until they prove that they are willing to say something about it, about racism and where they stand on it. Obviously, if they don't stand on it with the rest of the world, well, you're out of the league, you're not meant to be in the sport because there's no space for it, right?
Yeah.
That for clubs, that's where I stand on it, right? Ban the evacuate the fans, then they move to stopping the stadium from having games, and then you remove the team, right?
Yeah.
Because if it happens 3 times and the team has said nothing up until then,
You go.
exactly, right? You have stood at nothing. You're
Well,
basically
no, you have
saying,
stood.
well,
That's
you
where
made
you
a stand, yeah. You
Yeah,
make a
you
stand
show
and you show us your colors, right? And at that point, if those rules are in place, at that point, if there are black players still contracted to that team, I would be very surprised, right? Here's what- But then again, people have to make $1, whatever. I think, as you said and Ken said, hit them where it hurts, the pocket. For nations, as you said, cut the nation entirely, because FIFA is supposed to remain non-political affiliated, right? No political affiliations, as far as I know. It's not supposed to. We know that is not actually the case. Italian football.
That guy,
Right.
asylum seeker, yeah.
Right? We know it's not supposed to be like that. However, if there's some sort of racist thing happening and it is a consistent issue, for example, the Brazilian players and they're facing, racist backlash for being on the pitch.
Yeah.
Same thing, you cut the fans from being at the stadium for national games. Then you cut, and for any games that are being played there on the club level, right? You cut in fans from the stadium itself, right? Cut the fans, and then if there's no message again after that, you cut the country. Imagine, let's say Brazil has to play, I don't know, Greece or something, right?
Yeah.
No, let's not go Greece. Let's go with Let's go Brazil versus England, and English fans start to act up, and England is no longer allowed to play in the World Cup or play nation
Euros
matches.
either. Yeah, Euros, World Cup, out of that.
Yeah, imagine that. And the reason for that being, the fans are trash. I think that would be a good message. And I'm not saying ban them for a few matches. I'm saying take them out of the sport until the next
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 World Cup.
tournament.
That's what. Oh, I don't know. Assuming they have rectified it. If there's nothing rectified by the next tournament, If you see no message or nothing, then you leave them out.
Yeah, if there's no messaging, if there's no education campaign, because I think the only way to make a difference long term is to punish the organizations and then have the organizations themselves teach the people who follow the sports, because they don't have to listen to government, they don't have to listen to bipartisan organizations, they don't have to listen to third parties, but they will listen to the people who they want to support.
Trust me, if any nation actually just get a straight up ban, and any big one, let's say like Portugal or Netherlands or somebody like that get banned, and you get banned for racism, everybody around you, after they realize you're not there, will take it serious.
Yeah.
They could take it serious. Imagine that. Imagine especially if you do World Cup winner. Let's say Germany wins it next year or whatever, and during that time, the year after, during the Euros, you hear about that and they get banned from the World Cup the next year. But wait, the World Cup winners last year in here? Why that? Boy, them chances with monkey in and train bananas and all kind of stuff. You serious, boy? Yeah, they're not here, so that trophy up for grabs.
Yeah.
Tidy vibes. And everybody else, but I can't, and everybody thinking, I can't put my nation, because if my nation is, think about it, if you like France and you most likely to win, and because of your fans, you get knocked out, then what if you can't complain about your country? You are the problem. And at that point in time, I believe football clubs and stuff will start putting a whole set of stuff on the ticket bowling. If you're found racist and stuff, permanently banned and stuff, people will start taking like more drastic measures to let you know, if they get caught flipping, there's no more in it, because you as a fan, yes, you may be funding me, but you're also directly harming my pocket. So, make it. And that's when I believe you will have, I won't say you have total change, because this system, there's always going to be some idiots out there.
Correct.
But you will have a substantial change where the minority of the people will be so small that the other people who are in the stadium start ushering them out bowling. None of that here, boss man.
I think it's a generational thing. After a couple generations, after a couple people realize, hey, we're gonna fuck around and get our club banned, the people themselves are gonna hold us people accountable.
Yeah, start policing them now. As soon as somebody starts doing some monkey stand, some guys is grabbing them, throwing him out. Not today. Not today. And at that point in time, serious progress.
Yeah.
Serious progress.
So I do have to thank Gary Neville for his stance, because he is in a position of power, and it is very easy for him, and as he rightly pointed out, a panel of 3 white guys, it could be very easy for them to just say, hey, you know what, we're not going to have the discussion, it doesn't matter to us, it doesn't affect us, and they have done it in the past, where they said, you know what, we're going to stay from it, and he acknowledged it.
Yeah.
But I must say I am very happy that they acknowledged it, and they spoke about it, and he had a very strong, very black and white, no kind of grey area, you wonder what he's saying, kind of vagueness. He was very clear in what he had to say, and I agree with him. I must say I agree with him.
I agree with what he said there, and I'm happy with it. He pointed out in the past where he fell short with bowling. We should have spoken about it then, but if we keep not speaking about it, when are we going to have the conversation? Are we going to have to wait until some next black guy here? No, we should have a conversation whenever we can to show we stand on this side.
And we need allies like that. We need allies like that in the black community. But yeah, staying with racism, unfortunately, we had a case of local racism.
It hits the worst when it's local.
Right? It's
What is home? What is home?
I have to preface this with a little bit of a story. I have a buddy who went to school here in Trinidad. He went to St. Anthony's, and he said we were having a discussion about racism long before this ever came out. I think we were having this discussion in 2018, somewhere in the middle part of 2018, and he was saying he didn't think racism is that big of a problem now in Trinidad and Tobago, like these days in Trinidad and Tobago, because you rarely ever see anybody saying anything about niggers or Indians or whatever. Yeah, that's basically what you're saying. He barely sees anything about it. Like, there's nobody really acting out like that. And I had to say, well, listen, the reason why you don't see it and you don't hear about it is because you're not part of the black community. We see it and hear it all the time. It is a very, very, very common thing to see people being racist towards and prejudicial towards people who are black. And I say specifically black because Trinidad and Tobago is made up of a majority of Indians and Negro people. There are some Syrians, right? There are some Greeks, there are some Spanish or whatever, but the majority is Indians and Negro. And that is generally where the bulk of racism happens in Trinidad right currently. It's slowly turning towards the Venezuelans, unfortunately. And we really need to have a campaign that kind of quells that or nips that in the bud. But we're getting very nationalistic. But that's a topic for another time. Madam Nalini Ramai called into the Digicel. Is it Digicel or Flow? It was Flow.
I think it was Flow. Name and shame, Nigo. Name and shame.
Yeah, Nalini Ramai of Ramai Trace in Trinidad and Tobago. That's tell you how deep it is, right? The whole area is named after the family. Whatever. Nalini Ramai of Ramai Trace called up Flow and was very aggressive towards the CSR, Karen. And Karen could not be a more understanding, could not be a more calm, cool and collected individual. Way calmer and cooler than I could have ever been in that situation.
True.
And I'm not even talking about the racist slurs. Right?
Yeah.
Supremely professional person. So congrats to him and kudos to him on that, keeping his composure. Because Lord knows I had to cut her shit off every 15 minutes for like 7-second intervals. Yeah. But she called in and was so very angry about, oh, how could they take off my precious, my fabulous ZTV to show these nigger people and Rowley and his guntas and this and that and the other. And she kept going on and on and on about nigger this and nigger and the dirty niggers and the stinking niggers. And, you know, halfway through it, I was like, no way this is real. But it is actually real.
I was getting upset listening to that.
Yeah, I did.
Very upset.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, it was vile. You could hear the hate. And I mean,
Yeah.
this is not an uncommon thing. I asked some friends who, you know, handle the phones over at Digicel, and they say, hey, this is normal. Not the racial slurs thing. They say they get some of that, but the attitude that they have to deal with, pretty much normal, unfortunately. But yeah, Nalini Ramai. Let me make sure you all get it. Nalini Ramai. Right? Racist woman. I don't know what to say. Like how could someone in today's day and age, in such a multicultural society, in a place where it is pretty much half and half, you have these like vile, disgusting opinions of people, you know, calling people nigger gorillas and black stinking dirty niggers, and you know, it was the worst. The worst. What would you all have done in current situation?
I hung up way earlier. I was more surprised he let her get that far. I'm being honest with you. The fact that he let it go on for that far and he still managed to say to her, man, if you continue, I'm gonna hang up. But he got that far. But the first time she said, I ain't wanna hit it on nigga, click. No, that was it was gonna be click. Call back again. I can't help it. If I get professionalism, yes, ma'am, I'm very professional, but I will not take anything. I'm entitled to my opinion, and I will let nigga click. Every time that would come up, click. So you take out your kid, Nigo. As soon as she says it, click.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have had to get back. I would have had to get back. No one wants to host the channel for you, Val woman. I would have to get back her somehow, and I would have taken the firing for it. That's one of those moments where I'd be like, I'm risking it all. I'm not taking it.
Put it on the table, there you go. Oh, okay, put it all on the table, boy. We're going at it. We are going
What's
at,
that?
you know what? Disable the phone lines. Disable the recording program. Click it off. Well, alright then. Let's do this.
What was that exactly? Was it like some sort of political thing that was coming on, or was it?
Look, up to now, I don't know what it is that came onto ZTV. And she said Rowley was on there, so I'm assuming it was like some sort of a local,
National thing, probably.
yeah, some sort of national thing came on.
Could be international or the political party.
Yeah,
Because
'cause he said it was showing on all the channels. Like,
then it was a national thing then. Instead of political, it'd be national then.
I mean, that's
watch
no
TV,
excuse.
so-
I'm just saying. That,
Yeah.
Like yeah, for her to even come to that level of conclusion, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Wow. I want you guys in the comments to see your views of this. To hear what was said, and just be as marveled that individuals like this just exist. This just exists. To me, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts to hear that somebody could, you know, and she's a older woman too. She's an older woman.
See,
Not even old to say like, you know, she's from a different generation. No, she's like,
no.
I don't know, my mom's age or something, I guess.
Nigga, and I'm betting you this. I'm betting you she's trying to pass on this level of views onto the next generation. If she did have kids. Don't know if she does or doesn't, but if she has, bet you this is how she's speaking in front of her kids and just passing that on, because racism is taught. You don't born racist, it's taught. So you know, she's just talking like this in front of the kids and stuff, and the kids are picking up on this, and it will just keep going.
Correct. It's ridiculous, man. It's nuts. But I mean, people said that this is something that they deal with on a regular basis. If it was me, brother, I tell you, every 7 minutes, her shit is cutting off for 17 minutes. And if I decide to cut off, I'm gonna pipe some like interracial porn onto the feed, just like subliminally, just a quick flash. You know, just enough to go. What was that, boy?
Don't think there was some Indian or some black guy just making it together to upset her.
Just some big man dingo dick. You know?
Every video it had to be for 3 seconds. So she sees it, but nobody else sees it. So she sees it.
No. I don't want it to see it. I just want it to be subliminal. So when she go and sleep, all she's seeing is some lovely interracial lovemaking. She can't sleep without seeing some kind of deep pipe getting sent down.
Careful, Nico. She might turn and be like, I need some BBC in my life. She might just turn.
She's not gonna get it, but yeah.
No, definitely not.
This is good. This is going to be weird. But speaking of piping, people are piping and stuff. There's a Chinese company. I forgot the name of the company.
So Chinese.
Oh, it's a Chinese company, man. Chinese company says its automatic sperm extractor is helping clinics, collect semen from donors who are reluctant to masturbate in a hospital setting. Now, if you guys could see this fucking machine.
Literally.
It is literally a hole. It's an automatic flashlight.
It's a glory hole and a flashlight merged together.
Yeah, and it's outside. It's not even inside. It's just outside.
It's not even columns. It's not like columns separating you. You just all you stand up in a line.
You have more privacy. You have more privacy in a toilet booth. I don't know how. Like,
one of these is angled to face the others. Like, what is going on?
He's supervising that. He's making sure everybody give a load.
You have to keep up reps with your homie.
Yeah.
What speed you at there, brother?
Speed 7. That's the one, isn't it? Speed 7 is the one.
You get the one with the studs. Yo, why do they need this?
I don't blame them though, because I'm understanding you saying if somebody find it very weird to masturbate or whatever in a hospital, I can understand that.
Yeah, but
I don't
it's not
understand.
more weird to have to be doing that shit in the hallway, my nigga. It's so they have it in the hallway.
You're coming around the people, not these people, but you're coming from around the demographics that invented tentacle porn. So I'm just gonna leave that there. So this is probably normal to them.
I mean, yo,
I'm just.
it's automatic swing extractors. Like, just last week we were talking about the Fuckmaster 6500.
And we're closer than you think. We're closer than you think.
I just want to know if I could buy one for my house.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is,
Do I need?
People walk into your house and they see that.
I'm gonna introduce it like, and this is Karen.
I'm just saying, nigga, if I ever came to your house and I walked in the door here, I'm not coming in. I'm not coming.
That's a
I'll check
nasty
you later.
fucking sound effect, dude.
I'll check you later, dude. If I ever hear this here, and if it goes faster, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm gonna hang my hoodie up on that shit. Yeah.
China, boy. China's about
Where
that,
would
man.
you keep one in the house?
I has to go in the bathroom, right? Surely.
Hey, get the lubrication, I guess.
You're not doing it in the middle of your living room, Ken?
Fam.
You're not gonna watch some porn for your son.
That would just be so awkward. No. First off,
You
let's
living
just
by
think about this
yourself.
practically.
You're living by
First
yourself.
off, you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up to use that thing. Then you just gotta sit. You can't. You gotta be standing still, stiff. Unless that shit rip your dick off. Like there's no movement. Like even if I want to masturbate, I need to get comfortable. Fam. I'm not standing up, staring at the porn on the screen while this thing does its thing. I'm good. I am good.
You know what, though? Real talk, though. Imagine someone walks in and you are starting up watching porn in the living room. And the post guy just looks at you. You look at him. He looks at that. I gonna leave the meal right here.
But who is?
Imagine you put that shit on wheels and you just carry it around with it.
I'll tell you, man. It's Plankton's wife. It's Karen.
Oh shit.
Actually, you planted, yeah.
If it was fucking hell.
Who needs Tiana Trump when you could have one of these?
Nah, it's cool.
I'm
You can't compete with those techniques.
I mean,
Unless you
we have the technology. We have the technology to replicate vaginas. So hey.
Yeah, but we need that enthusiasm. And the
Sometimes we
technique.
just need to stop. You know?
you don't want to bust. You know what? Yo, Boston Dynamics is gonna take this shit over and sell us some mad shit.
I'm good.
You were buying
killing
Boston
machines, not
Dynamics.
killing machines. I'm good. Boston Dynamics.
You don't want to buy Boston Dynamics anymore.
No. If they're coming up with this shit, bring the end of the world with some Terminator shit. Don't come to me with
What if Karen can do both? What if Karen can do?
I'm not letting the killing machine fuck.
All it's doing is smart multitasking. Ken. Come on.
While you're
It's
asleep,
basically
no
saying
domination.
hey, you're not having any more kids, and also we're taking over the world. Like,
Multitasking is Google doing my taxes. My schedule. Not this. Not this.
Yo, while you're asleep, Karen was world dominating, and when you wake up, Karen's making breakfast. And that's it. That's all it is.
you know, you could flip a few eggs, get some French toast, all while getting pulled off.
Exactly.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. I mean, in a hospital setting, it's kind of wild, but I can see it becoming commercial. Like people buying it for their houses.
Where is the need? Is this a commercial thing or is it just for hospital?
It seems
With
like
the
it's just
hospital
hospital.
For now.
Why
For
do they
now.
have so many?
You have many patients, Ken. What do you want to be the one guy lining up to use it? Hey, I got next.
Actually, rows on rows of these things.
You bring
How-
the whole team. Bring the whole team.
Is this
All
that
get
much of
together.
a problem in China that they need to? I don't know, man. I say
I'm
give me
just
a
saying.
quiet room and I'm done. It's all good. Just give me a
Apparently
quiet
that's not
room.
good enough. Some guys need an extra tug.
You know what? You know what? I would buy like a fleet of them and then charge people to use it. That's a business idea, bro.
Most of your profits going into cleaning that shit up because that's gonna be the nastiest establishment.
Nigga, you're the close
Worse
light
than the
with a
strip
pimp.
club, worse than the brothel. That's gonna be the nastiest place.
I'm gonna set up shop right next to the strip club. Get a lap dance and then come finish off.
It doesn't look easy to clean as well.
You just toss the whole machine out.
I just burn it. Burn it.
You know what? If you name the machines after the strippers in this club, be like, yo, this one is Stacy. Remember Stacy just gonna dance, bro? This is her machine. Just name it like that. You get extra money, trust.
Give it names. Sparkle diamonds.
Champagne, you know? All that.
Yeah, lonely love.
But nigga, as soon as you open a business, just know you're walking a fine line to becoming a pimp. This is how it starts.
Bro, I am the pimp. I am the robot pimp. Come on. Come on. I tell that robot when to start and when to stop. Come on.
Yeah, he needs to get his purple stew ready.
Right?
You know?
Big hat and everything. I'll be out there. I'm buying a fleet. China, how much? Sponsor the podcast. Yeah. Yo, is there anything else that we missed? Is there anything else that we missed on your docket? Anything else important that we should talk about? You guys want to talk about?
No, that was right.
Pressing matters.
Other than FKT being the best team right now, no.
Yeah, you take your win there, buddy. You take your win.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, I guess that's it from us over at Generally Dysfunctional. You folks can catch us every Friday morning on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. And you can interact with us on social media. That's at GendPod on Twitter and at GendPodcast on Instagram. We love hearing from you guys. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell on YouTube so you get notified when we drop a new episode or we drop a new clip. Take it easy. Peace. That fucking that sperm extractor is kind of a vibe, yeah.
Nigga, if you're gonna become a pimp, this is gonna be funny though.
I'm not going anywhere near that shit.
Guys, come over. I got the new.
Not even.
If I see any of you have that, I'm just to know that you'll never.
I got the new hotness, guys.
I thought the doors were one thing, but this is the next thing.
You see, guys, I got the hoe over. just the hoe.
My next one be like, she brought her friend. She brought